So in 1977, when some of you may have gotten yourself an Atari 2600 for the first time, it's safe to say you were expecting to find some quality arcade downtime in your home. You set your wood grain console up with all its wires and get ready to play the various games to go along with it. And whether or not these games are of arcade quality is a whole different topic. But now with everything set up, there is one thing missing from this equation. The most important element to play just about every game on this system, the controller. And what did Atari deliver to bring the arcade-like experience home? Maybe perhaps the almighty joystick. This is the Atari 2600 controller, the unforgettable joystick for the video computer system. It was the fundamentally basic controller for all gaming companies to follow. Of course, not all of them took heed to it, not even Atari themselves, but the joystick is still widely remembered than the rest, going down in history as one of the best controllers ever made on the lines of the NES controller. Have you ever seen such a perfect combination of controllers? No? Well, maybe I'll add the GameCube controller and we'll say it's perfect. Taking a closer look at the controller, we get a real up-close and personal look at the joystick bulging out of its square frame. I wouldn't be surprised if this controller was based off Atari executives after they saw a hot chick then saw what was poking out of their pants. Apparently, 70s Atari was a fun time. But anyway, the joystick here is a very good one. Moves in various directions and gives a satisfying click noise whenever you make a directional input. It can be a little hard to grip with a full palm if you have big hands, but your thumb, index, and middle fingers can do the job just fine. Beyond the joystick is the sole red button. These were the days where you mostly needed one button to make it through any Atari game. Either that or Atari packed in an additional peripheral to make the more complex games work in your favor. Around the rubber indents of the joystick is an orange circle to help indicate how to properly hold this controller. For if you don't think the controller may be working correctly, you might not be holding it in the right way. So be sure to look for the word top, as that'll show you which way should be facing forward. Hopefully you will be able to see it. Sometimes controllers may not have the orange coloring to help you out. Just remember that the button should always face the top left and you'll be fine. The square perimeter isn't much to talk about, but the bottom has more to it, as you'll be able to find where the cable is coming from, some screws to access the insides of the controller if you need, and also footrests for some reason. I'm assuming Atari thought players would most likely use their joysticks on the floor or table, but the problem with that is we may be switching directions so fast that the controller wouldn't be able to stay put. I'm a more hands-on guy myself, but then again I'll sometimes rest the controller on my lap when I'm chilled out. And someone's thinking dirty right about now. Let's move away from your disturbing train of thought and connect this controller in to check out the capabilities of the controller and get to playing the many great games. The Atari 2600 joystick works with mostly every Atari 2600 game. I'd say 9 times out of 10 you will be using this controller. The only other times would be paddle games or other different controller-based games. But it's a very simple controller and easy to get used to, so you'll be able to play Atari hits like Haunted House, Bowling, and Dodge 'em within a matter of moments without even needing to read the instructions. It's only a joystick and a button. The rest should just come naturally. The Atari 2600 controller is an essential need when you're getting an Atari VCS. It'll be your primary controller through most of your adventures, and it'll make sure that you'll jump over alligators, take down the evil Kotiles, and even get E.T. back home if you manage to get out of those godforsaken ditches. It may not be arcade quality graphics, but they nailed the feeling down when they gave you the bulge. Got any fond memories with this controller/accessory? Tell me about it by leaving a comment. If you like what you see, be sure to leave a like. If you think others would like this, share the video around. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button pronto. This is BrianTheBlue, and I'll see you later.